during the tournament week.
Teeing off here to start the round at TPC Scottsdale, first hole, 403-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through.
The length of the hole hasn't changed, but the addition of that one bunker down the left side that makes the player think is certainly the first new addition. Do you try and fly that bunker, or do you lay up? And it certainly changes the length of that second shot.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the line.
That moved down in the rough.
And then after the ball is in the air, you could hold or tap backs.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Well, he's taken the right side out of play, Rich. It looks a little left.
Coming out of the rough, not able to control it the way he wants. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Not enough on that one.
It just seemed to baby it.
A good 29-foot putt here. Frank, that's disappointing. You'd like to get out of the gates with a par.
Yeah, this is where a convenient memory would certainly help.
Locked in on the read and the speed. -1 in the early going. This for him would be one drop shot. So with that, 1 over par. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2014, some 30-plus yards. Bunkering down the right has also changed, making this drive a little bit more important now. You can't just blaze away over the hill. Green also changed with the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Good looking shot right here. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
A 21-foot putt, set to go. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. He is capable of going on some torrid runs. This would be a birdie for Fowler. So 2 under early on. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So 2 over par for the round. Frank, what's the strategy here off the tee at the par 5 third?
For the long hitters, they still think that they can reach this par 5 and 2 comfortably with a good tee shot. For the shorter hitters, it really is a thought about where you lay up that second shot to try and leave a good third shot yardage in. Still a good tee shot, though. That hazard down the right side protects against someone who's a little too cavalier off the tee.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
This one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that second shot. Should be safely on deck.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
This is an awkward length.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Getting set now over the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Ricky Fowler trying to roll this one in. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today. Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Birdie try up next. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Oh, my goodness. That is amazing. Just a sensational putt. And now a chance for a birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at one over. Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be two bunkers down the right side. It's now one. And it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tee's added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. I'm loving that balance.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, it seems to me that Rory McIlroy is perfectly suited for the TPC Scottsdale. He's a big star, playing before the big crowds in a big stadium.
I think it's an advantage growing up in Ireland. He's always been a star in Northern Ireland growing up as a child, and then all of a sudden in Europe, and now the biggest stage of all in America for professional golf, and even worldwide. I mean, that's what Rory is. It was ushering in. He's followed the footsteps of Nicklaus and Woods, two of the most successful players in their early 20s in this professional era, and Rory certainly deserves to be alongside those two.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Birdie try up next. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Settles in over the putt. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Ready to tee off now at the 6th. This is a dogleg left.
And another hole that's been stiffened by bunkers on both the left and the right side, really giving you the decision on what club to hit. Should you be bold or should you be smart?
Headed for the bunker, I think. Oh, he just missed the bunker. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. Well, it's a little absurd, that, Rich. The shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, where's the difficulty here on the 7th hole, the par 3 of more than 200 yards?
Well, Rich, front hole locations are always probably the toughest here because that's the narrowest part of the green. Bunkering really hasn't changed, and the green still does widen up, but the hole tends to play slightly uphill.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with a rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. 8-foot putt here. Back to par for the round. Now here at the par 4 8th, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
This has really been impressive. High level of golf today, putting on a clinic out there. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, I thought he had that. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Fowler is capable of going on torrid runs. This would be a birdie for Fowler. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Keeping pace. Good stuff right there. 6 under par. Rounding out the front 9 with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. There is now 1, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep too, so judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
This one checking in at 150 yards.
Yeah, Rory's like a car that just has an extra gear. You know, if you've got 5-speed gearbox, Rory's got 6. If you've got a 6-speed gearbox, he's got 7.
He's the souped-up Ferrari or Lamborghini. He can go. He's Formula One. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach.
That's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. A good effort and a good par putt. Just a couple of feet. 6 under on the day. Par 4, 10th hole. And Frank, do you think players should consider cutting the corner over that large bunker along the right side?
Well, in years gone by, Rich, that's exactly what they were starting to do, and consequently, they've sort of put in a few new bunkers really to stop that avenue or access into 10. Really, the easiest way to play it is just play it down the left side, leave yourself in. If you want to be brave, be prepared that if you miss, you'll find a bunker.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Birdie try coming up from Fowler. Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Shouldn't be a problem here. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Onto the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee. And that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. Good stroke right there. That's a par. And stays at 1 under. Just 5 feet left. Now 8 under on the day. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back 9 here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. Got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Pretty good shot right there.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Not a gimme, but well within his range. He'll take par and move on. Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left, too. If you finish up in that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Boy, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards.
Second shot.
Good-looking shot right here.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Frank, through the years we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport? What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. Fowler has this for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Par 4 14th, and Frank, this hole packs a little punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the addition of just a little bit more yardage, plus the bunker on the left has been pushed out into the fairway, actually makes the hole play a little bit longer than its 490 yards. Second shot is a little bit uphill. No longer is there a bunker on the right side. That side of the green is actually open. But you don't really want to be trying to miss that green on the right. Should you decide to go at the flag, well, you're going to have to carry that front bunker.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. That one is in the bunker. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. And setting up here in the rough. Here's Ricky Fowler for par. Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Nudge this one home, finish it up. And he makes it for a bogey here. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. Now you can rack up 5, 6, 7. You've seen all sorts of scores here at 15. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank, where's this one headed?
Well, might just catch the left side of the green. Get on the dance floor, but it's going to be a long way away from the band.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Good lie in the fairway, and a good chance to make something happen here. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself it is an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more. It's at sneaky distance.
Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Just a couple of feet. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Well, here we are at the 16th hole, looking at just over 160 yards. Doesn't seem all that daunting, Frank. But 160 yards with 20,000 people, horned into a little stadium in the desert, that makes it a different story.
It certainly is. This was one hole, too, where Tom Watson would send his caddy forward. He would stay back by 15. His caddy would get his yardage. Watson would simply walk on the tee. His caddy would give him the club. He would not go through his normal routine. He would simply just head away. It was one hole that he never wanted to think about. It might look simple, but it's what the player feels.
That one is well off target.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Birdie try up next. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Getting set now over the putt. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. There you have it. Well done. Great. 17th hole, Frank, and this one is really set up for maximum excitement.
Well, there's two things that you really think of. How do I play this hole, and how is it going to affect the rest of my round? This is the penultimate hole. If you make a mistake here, it'll carry over. It might cost you the tournament. But if you're a hero, it's going to carry forward to 18. This is why 17 is such a big swing hole.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Just a bit offline.
Yeah, the hard work's coming up now, though. It's a long way away.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Wow, I thought he made that. He'd settle for par here. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. No problem at all. Good putt, and stays at 4 under par.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Let's see what the dominant number one player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Not enough on that one.
It just seemed to baby it.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's a good day's work right there. Round of 67. Ricky Fowler, one of the game's most aggressive putters for birdie. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Well, Frank, this day had a little bit of everything. I mean, you always catch your breath after a round at TPC Scottsdale because it's generally just so exciting, and today was no exception.
Yeah, the atmosphere here is unlike any other TPC golf course. The fact that